Hello chess lovers and welcome to the 6th round of the FIDE Candidates 2020. It's the game between the current tournament leader Ian Nepomniachtchi of Russia against Ding Liren of China. So no doubt it's an amazing game, and if you are new to my channel, please subscribe it and press the bell icon in order not to miss my future uploads. So without further waste of time, let's start the game. Here Ian Nepomniachtchi with the white pieces opened up with e4, e5 by Ding Liren, knight to f3, knight to c6, and bishop to b5. We have the real opus on the board, and now a6 by Ding Liren, the Morpheus defense. But okay, we have bishop to a4, knight to f6, castles by white, bishop to e7, d3 by Ian Nepomniachtchi. Although I will tell you guys that here rook to e1 would be another alternative. But okay, in our game we have d3 and we have b5, further attacking the bishop, bishop to b3, d6. So all these are very standard stuffs in real office opening, where both the players are just developing their pieces. We have a3 by white, just creating an escape square for the bishop. We have castles by black, knight to c3 and knight to a5 by Ding, with the idea of removing this powerful bishop, or just treading down this powerful bishop, and to some extent destroy white's pawn structure. But okay, here white is not interested in that. We have bishop to a2 and we have bishop to e6, again striking white's bishop. And now we have b4 attacking the knight, and now we see the trade of the light squared bishop, and now we have knight to c6, and here we have bishop to g5. Although I would like to tell you guys that knight to d5 would have been another alternative. So after knight captures on d5, e captures on d5, knight to d4, and now c4 by white. And after knight captures on f3, queen captures on f3. So after the whole transaction, you can see that white is enjoying a lot of space advantage. But okay, we have another alternative after knight to c6, that is bishop to g5. And here we have queen to d7, and now white is planning to play knight to d5. So first white trade off the knight. So here we have knight, bishop captures on f6, bishop captures on f6, and now knight to d5 as planned. And now we have a5 by black. We have rook to b2. So a captures on b4, a captures on b4, and bishop to d8 by black. And now we have c4 by white. And I think you have noticed that taking this pawn would be foolishness, because after b captures on c4 and d captures on c4, white would emerge with a clear pass pawn, and it would be very difficult to defend the position. So after c4, Ding Liren played knight to d4. So after knight captures on d4, e captures on d4, we have queen to c2 by white, rook to e8 by black, and now g3, just creating an escape square for the king. So we have b captures on c4, and now this pawn cannot be taken by the d pawn, because after d captures on c4, rook to a3 would be extremely powerful, and white would have a very hard time defending this position. So here Nepomniachtchi played queen captures on c4, and now c6 by Ding, just attacking this beautiful knight, and now knight to f4 by white. And now Ding played bishop to g5, harassing the knight once again, and now knight to e2, attacking this d4 pawn. Now the question arises that can this d4 pawn be defended or not? So just feel free to pause the video and find out this answer for me. Well, I'll give you a couple of seconds. Ready? The answer is no, this pawn cannot be defended. And those of you who are thinking about this bishop to f6, let me tell you that after bishop to f6, white will simply play b5. So after c captures on b5, rook captures on b5, there is a real threat of playing rook to d5, and after which this d4 pawn would be a goner. Thinking all this, Ding played d5 in this position, and so after e captures on d5, c captures on d5, queen to b3 by white, and now Ding played h5, just launching a dangerous attack towards white's kingside. The plan is to play h4 followed by queen to g4, but Nepomniachtchi didn't bother about this attack at all, and he played b5. Now we have h4 as planned, and now b6 by Nepo. And now we have h3 by black, just taking away this g2 square from white's king. And now the plan is to play queen to g4 followed by queen to f3 and checkmate white's king on g2. So here white should react to it, and here Nepo played king to h1. So Nepo just vacated this g1 square for the knight so that this knight can control the f3 square as well as attack on the h3 pawn. But okay, here we have rook e to b8 and rook to b1 by white, just strengthening this pawn, and now bishop to d8 by Ding. And now here we have queen to b5. So Nepo offers a trade of the queens, which Ding Liren rejected, and he played queen to g4 with an idea of queen to f3 check followed by queen to g2 checkmate. So white must react to this, and here Nepo played queen captures on d5 in order to gain control over this diagonal. Although I would have to tell you guys that other than queen captures on d5, queen to e8 check, king to h7, and now queen captures on f7, and thus defending this f3 square would have been an alternative. But okay, in our game we have queen captures on d5. So after queen captures on d5, black played rook to a5, just trying to deflect the queen from this diagonal, and here queen to c6, and now rook to c5 by black. But after this queen to c6 move, there is an amazing continuation for black. So just feel free to pause the video and find out that continuation from black's perspective. Well, I'll give you a couple of seconds. Ready? In this position, black could definitely go for rook captures on b6. So after the obvious looking rook captures on b6, and now black is having queen captures on e2. So after the obviously looking move, that is rook to b8, black is having another amazing move, that is rook to e5, just threatening a checkmate in two moves. So after rook captures on d8 with check, king to h7, white would find to his horror that there is no move which can defend white's position, or more appropriately white's king. Of course here white can go for rook to h8, the only defending move, or the defending rook sacrifice you can say. So after king captures on h8, white would have queen to c8 check, king to h7, queen captures on h3 check, king to g6, and now king to g1, and queen captures on d3. So after this whole transaction, black has emerged with a clear pass pawn, and here it's difficult to defend this position for white. But Ding Liren completely missed out this idea, and he played rook to c5, again trying to deflect the queen from this diagonal. But okay, we have queen to e8 check, king to h7, and knight to g1, getting a nice control of this f3 square. So now we have rook captures on b6, and now queen captures on d8. So rook captures on b2, rook captures on b2, rook to c1 by black, and now you can see that black is a clear piece down, and there is no way black can survive in this position. But okay, here we have queen to h4 by white, that comes with check, and after the obvious queen captures on h4, g captures on h4. Here Ding Liren played rook to d1, just going after this pawn, and now Nepomniachtchi played f3. So believe it or not, it was in this position that Ding Liren resigned the game, and it's a complete and a crushing victory for Ian Nepomniachtchi. And by winning this game, he retained his first position in this tournament. Ding Liren resigned in this position because there is nothing to do in this position. He is just a piece down. Maximum he can capture this pawn. Then after knight captures on h3, black cannot even capture this f3 pawn due to the knight to g5 fork. So all in all, it's a completely winning for white. So I hope you have enjoyed my video, and if you like this video, please share this and subscribe my channel for more such videos. Thank you for watching.